There was no doubt back in the mid to late 2000s that the Wii was an unstoppable force in the 7th generation of gaming. Not only did the console sell well, but so did the gimmick of motion controls. Everyone couldn't wait to point their cursor, go on unworldly adventures, or shake their body rather furiously. But even with the success, some may have thought the motion controller could use a little fine-tuning, and Nintendo agreed, and by 2009, they came up with a little something to add more motion to your remote. This is the Wii MotionPlus, an accessory for your Wii remote to be used on the Wii. This entire condom-looking jacket isn't the full device itself, it's the small white box here that adds more motion to your remote, though waving this flexible shell by itself is satisfying enough. I call this the condom as it keeps your limp if you have one pointed, and this shell a dildo for the obvious. The shell is obviously shaped like the Wii remote. It's got holes for every button and a little mark for the power button. Reason why is because the remote is supposed to go inside, fitting like so, and connecting to the MotionPlus box at the same time. The jacket primarily absorbs the sweat and dirt that could come off your hands. At least that's what I think it does, since it's designed with a lot of feel. And it also has an additional hole for the wrist strap to get through. I assume my remotes were pretty dirty back then, as they left a mark on this jacket. You could say I was a sweaty gamer in my youth. Focusing now on the actual Wii MotionPlus, this is the white box that gives you additional motion, just by snapping right in. It also clamps in the two holes that are beside the external extension connector to make doubly sure when you're shaking the remote around with it attached that it doesn't disconnect during play. You can choose to lock the clamps in as well to make triply so that the Wii MotionPlus stays secure. That should tell you that having the extra motion is vital. When removing the jacket off the box, I noticed there's these parts that fit in the screw holes to keep the box secure in the jacket. A lot of forward thinking went into this for sure. On the bottom we have two rest pads besides a cover that reveals an external extension connector of its own. So when you have the Wii MotionPlus already connected in the regular EEC, you'll still be able to use additional accessories like the nunchuck and the like. Consider this an external extension connector, if you will. It's almost as if it didn't need to be its own box, and Nintendo would think the same way later on when they started building it inside later remote models. The only way you could tell is by reading the fine print. Before anybody asks, no, you cannot attach a Wii MotionPlus on top of the other. Not only is it not built to do so, but any attempt would disrupt the laws between physics and motion in both the video game and real worlds. I know. Pretty heavy stuff. So now the real question we face is, was this even worth it? Did it add more to the games it can play? Arguably enough it could, though it would have to depend on the game you're playing if you wanted to see its capabilities. The first game to use it was Wii Sports Resort, and it used those extra gyros quite well. The technology would be used or preferred to be used from that point onward, continuing on to the Wii U. Even if the games didn't use motion controls as the primary function, Wii MotionPlus was here to stay. Of course I could do without having to sync the controller every once in a while, but that's just a minute gripe. The Wii MotionPlus was a step forward in terms of the future of motion controls. Although not being much to look back at now, it still brings back some memories from me. Probably got more frustrated with games since it got more accurate motion sensing. You're gonna need to either find this or a remote with it built in if you want to play the games that require additional motion sensing. Have you ever tried using a remote that didn't have MotionPlus on a game that needed it? Probably gives you a warning screen or it breaks the game with its missing motion scopes. Got any fond memories with this controller/accessory? Tell me about it by leaving a comment. If you like what you see, be sure to leave a like. If you think others would like this, share the video around. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button pronto. This is BrianTheBlue, and I'll see you later.